All right, what's up, y'all? My name is Aaron Mallory, aka MrLetGo, and today we are about to discuss something very important. This is my show called Aaron After Dark, and tonight we're going to discuss a very important question, and that question is why nobody seems to love Black women. It's not really a question, but it's a statement. Why nobody seems to love Black women. And this is a very uh, deep conversation we're going to have. And I'm going to need y'all help because I'm going to need feedback. I'm going to need a lot of different things because this is a real situation. This is real, just overall. And I've talked to thousands of women in the last 2 years or whatever, and it's real. It's real, and we have to actually talk about it. All right, hold on. Why nobody seems to love it? Hold on. I said the word wrong. Oh, okay. I thought I said the word wrong. All right, so hold on. Y'all come on in. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure the stuff is right. I think somebody said something spelt wrong or something. Are you saying something is spelt wrong? It's not a shady title. It's real. All right. Why nobody seems to love Black women? Yeah, that's a title. So look. All right. So here's the thing. This is not clickbait. This ain't nothing. This is not a shady title. This is real. And this is the reason why I want to have a conversation with you guys about this. Okay. Now, make sure to hit the like button as you guys are coming in. This is not an attack on women. This is not an attack on men. This is a real in-depth conversation that we're going to have. So go ahead and hit the like button. And if you don't like what I'm saying, take the like button, take your like back and hit the unlike button. But make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel because nobody on YouTube is going as deep into the Black culture as I am, not referring to Black women. Okay, so and Instagram people, go over to YouTube before I'm probably gonna cut this down in another 5 minutes. But if you do got a question, if you do have a question on Instagram, say I want to go live and I might take you before I bring the Instagram down. But this is going to be a very what's up, Kim? So here's the thing. The reason why I'm doing this particular show is one, I love Black women and I want you guys to get what you want. Okay. And to a certain degree, I'm tired of you guys not getting what you want. And part of the reason why you aren't getting what you want is because of the things that are still going on in your life, that are still going on in your past that you have not let go of. And I know it hurts. A lot of the things that you've been through hurt, but we see your hurt and I'm here to empathize with you. But the truth is the truth. So real quick, I want to prove this because I know y'all are looking at this title. Why nobody seems to love Black women is hurtful, right? But I don't mean to be hurtful. I mean to be real. I want to be real with you guys. So just for starters, put in the comments how many men literally love you right now. Put in the comments right now how many men, and be real with yourself. I mean, because this is not about me. This is about you. How many men presently love you and presently actively love you? Okay. Put in the comments a number of how many men actually love you. Okay, because this is real, and I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm just trying to be real with you guys. This is a real issue. That's all I'm saying, because I don't want nobody to feel bad, but this needs to be talked about. All right, and while I wait for that, I'll just get into this conversation. I was on an interview a little while ago, and to a certain degree, we were talking about black women or whatever, and I blurted out, "Nobody loves them," as in black women, right? And the guy was like, "What? Wait." I said, "I'm being real," and I said, "That's part of the problem," and nobody wants to talk about it, you know. So I'm here to discuss this with you guys. And I'm saying with you guys, I could have just did a video and not included you guys in this. This is important for all of us to have a conversation about. Okay. Does this include family? Yes. This includes family. Somebody says 3, my dad and my boyfriend. Somebody says 1, 1 that includes family. Okay, cool. All right. So now the next question is, how many women straight up 100% love you without denying it? And if your mother, if your mother doesn't necessarily make you feel like you're loved by her, don't say my mother. Okay. We're counting the only people that actually actively love you, not people that you assume love you, not somebody or people that you think love you. I mean, somebody who shows you that they love you. Okay, Keisha says 6. Good. That's good. That's good. Okay. And I got a none in here. Okay. So all right, Jane says black chicks let stuff get to them. We are depressed and struggling, but so are others. We're not talking about others. We're talking about black women in particular. So this is the reason why I'm doing this video. Because like I said, I was on interview, and the guy was like really shocked when I said nobody loves them. And as you know, referring to black women. So this is the thing. My number one goal in life, okay, the reason why I'm here isn't just to make money or none of this other stuff. It's to stop the fatherless child epidemic. And I know y'all ladies just love to say, well, if these men were to do this, and if men were to step up, and fathers were to do this, and all this stuff, right? Well, the bottom line is this. You don't just throw a house up somewhere in the middle of a swamp, and once you see the house sinking, you expect the swamp to step up. It's a swamp. You don't build a house on a swamp, right? So some of you as women are dating swamps, expecting to build a foundation on a damn swamp. It makes absolutely no sense. And the reasoning why a lot of women are doing this, and of course, the swamp is a man who has not proven himself as a leader, a protector, or a provider, right? So you guys are building whole lives, whole houses in the middle of the damn swamp, wondering why your house is just slowly just drifting into the swamp. It's important for you to find a man that actually wants the same thing you want. But back to the reasoning for this show, why nobody seems to love black women. The reason why a lot of you keep dating swamps is because you don't feel a certain amount of love inside of you. You know, a lot of people say, well, you got to love yourself first. I don't believe in all that stuff. Okay. You can, but I'm not into all that stuff. You don't come over here for self-love. You come over here for realness. Because the thing about it is, people say you can't expect other people to love you when you don't love yourself. Well, that's actually a lie. Because everything we learn to do, we learn from somebody else. We all learn how to walk from seeing people walk, right? So you can't say, well, you have to love yourself before somebody else can love you. It's actually the opposite. Somebody has to love you before you can learn how to love yourself. Because if you never have been loved before, I mean, by your daddy, your mama. Like a lot of us have grown up with knowing for a fact that our mom does not love us. And I'm not talking about me. I'm not this hurt man. Oh, who hurt you? No, I'm just being real. Okay. I've talked, like I said, I've talked to thousands of women in the last 2 years. And one of the main issues in our community is our women are not being loved, protected, and cared for by the people around them, male and female. You know, we're going to talk about are Black women protected or why Black women aren't protected. We'll talk about that also, but it all goes along with this. The bottom line is this: your parents or your parent can raise you and not love you. And just because your mom raised you, just because your dad raised you, and just because they fed you and kept you alive does not necessarily like correlate with love. Love is love. We all know how love supposed to feel, because I can't say we all know how it feels, but some of you, like I said, don't know how it actually feels. And if you've never been loved before, who is that? Kenny Williams or something, when he said, well, you've never been loved like I've been loved, right? What is it? What's his name? The I forgot the name of it. Where he says, well, you've never been loved like I've been loved. Some people have never been loved like that, you know, and this is the problem. It's a lot of women out in this world, and they literally don't know what love actually looks like. So they're trying to make it up in their mind as they go, hoping this is love, hoping this is love, and it's not. Put a 1 in the chat right now if you've ever, Lenny Williams, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever or you presently feel like all of the people that loved you before hurt you also or disappointed you. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. Everybody that's ever loved you or everybody that you've ever loved has broken your heart. And I hope I don't get no 1s. But this is the reason why we're here. Let me check the likes, because y'all know if the likes are not up, we just gonna have to wait for a minute. All right, the likes are not up, so I need likes up, y'all. I need the likes up. See, I'm getting all these all these 1s. And this is what I'm saying. I'm getting 1s on Instagram. I'm getting 1s on YouTube. All right, Instagram, I'm shutting you down. Go over to YouTube. Go over to YouTube right now. Go over to YouTube. I'm shutting Instagram now. Go over to YouTube so you can hear the rest of this. Go over to YouTube right now. See, so many 1s. And this is the thing. And this is the problem. See, I'm not the person that's just going to make you guys feel good. No, we got to talk about these things. Black women nobody loves Black women. I'm looking to change that though. But I'm going to need help from not men, from women. See, I've been on Clubhouse every day straight for like 7 days, right? And just a minute ago, I was talking to a woman. I'm not a therapist, but I was giving her feedback on her situation. And overall, she admitted that she didn't know what love actually meant, and she wants somebody to love her, but her daddy wasn't there. Her mom was abusive, and she just out here. And the most important thing a child needs isn't food, it's love. Okay. The fourth most important thing a child needs after food, shelter, and water is love. Because I can't say that's the most important thing. But that's the thing. If you've never been loved, like Lenny Williams has been loved before, we just lay down in a ball in a corner when you lose that person, whether they die or they leave you, you may not know how love looks like. So when I say make a statement saying that nobody loves Black women, it's something that we need to look into, as in why. And if it's not true, good. Because, like I said, I'm not here to curse anybody's life or make anybody feel bad. I'm just here to have a conversation with you guys about something that is real. Okay. So let's go down the line of people that are supposed to love you, but for whatever reason, they don't, or they haven't been able to because they probably weren't loved. All right. So, mom, some of you guys are doing the same things that your mom is actually doing or was actually doing to you. See, some of you are on this earth specifically because your mom did not have anybody in her life that loved her. So, what did she do? She made you. See, and this isn't for everybody, but I'm going to make this statement and just allow it to do whatever it does with whoever it is. I don't feel like arguing with somebody about something. But the only person that's ever loved you was a child that you gave birth to. I'll say it again. For some of you, the only person that's ever loved you was actually the child that you gave birth to. And that is where the fatherless child epidemic comes in at. So let's go back to mom, okay? Mom did not know how to love you. And this is not for everybody, but mom did not know how to love you. Therefore, she did not love you. She was incapable of loving you. She raised you, she kept you alive, she fed you, she clothed you, but you can tell that she didn't love you. She didn't give you the love that you needed. But part of the reason why, because I don't know your mom, is possibly because nobody loved her. See, there's different ways to love people, but it's not natural for everybody. And if your mom never had anybody that actually loved her, possibly the reason why she had you is so she can finally have somebody to love her. So she had you. This is for everybody, but she had you, right? But she doesn't know how to love you. And that's not really the reason why you're here anyway, whether you're male or female. She probably had you, just like I said over here when I said this, she probably had you because she was tired of not having anybody that loves her. So she just created somebody that loves her. And boom, like a magician. Boop. Well, boop. I now have someone that loves me like a magician. Like you're a little rabbit. Like, you know how back in the day, the cartoon with a person with a top hat, and he taps on the top hat, boop, boop, and then a bunny rabbit pops up. You may have been a bunny rabbit, but the problem is, you being a bunny rabbit, you are there. Your job is to love your mom, but your mom may not have loved you back because she never was loved. She was abused. She was treated like crap by everybody. So now she's just raising you the best she can and sucking all the love that you have to give out of you. But you're not getting any love back in. And as you're growing up, your daddy didn't love you. We're already talking about how your mom is incapable of loving you. Your uncle touched you. Your brothers, if you have siblings, male siblings, if you're a woman, you had to sit here and watch how your mom loved your brother or your brothers. She babied your brothers. She let your brothers go outside. She hugged your brothers. She gave your brothers chances. But when it came to you, no love, no grace, no mercy. The whoopings were worse. You couldn't go outside. She's running around trying to make you tough instead of making you into a person, a human being. You got to wash clothes, you got to clean up, you got to wash dishes while you sit and just witness your own mother love other people in the same house as you. So your daddy didn't love you, your mama didn't love you, your uncle did whatever he did to you. Your brothers, y'all are cool, but your brothers picked on you or whatever. But the worst thing is your brothers are being loved by your mom, but you're not necessarily being loved by your mom. And y'all have the same mom. And then you go out in this world and you're in school, and guess what? All of the girls that you're around in school, they don't love you. All they want to do is fight you. All they want to do is hate on you. They talking behind your back. You had a best friend. Your best friend, you had this little boyfriend, and your best friend slept with your boyfriend. So she don't love you. And then as you get older, you get into like full-blown relationships. The men done cheated on you. And they saying all kind of crazy, like you ain't this and you ain't that, or you fat or whatever. Ain't nobody gonna want you, and abusing you and stuff. So your girlfriends don't love you. Your mama don't love you. Your daddy don't love you. Your uncle don't love you. Your brothers are indifferent. Your homegirls don't love you. The guys you dated don't have proven that they don't love you. Do y'all see where I'm going with this title? I'm not being funny. I'm letting you know where the pain actually may be coming from and how to actually change your narrative. I'm not trying to be funny. A lot of Black women have went through their entire lives without ever being loved. And I want you to know that as a man, I'm empathizing with you. I understand. Thank you, Iman. I appreciate that. I'm not here to make y'all feel bad. This ain't clickbait. A lot of you are not being loved by anybody. And you're just out here aimlessly lost. Connect the dots. I can get on videos and say, well, before you have a child, make sure that man marries you. Some of you are like, married me? How do I do that? I can't even get anybody to love me, let alone marry me. How do I get somebody to marry me and I can't get anybody to love me? I get it. And y'all make sure to like the video. Keisha, thank you, Keisha. Make sure to like the video. Share this video with somebody. You can unlike the video. Just hit something. Hit something. I don't care. Yeah, it is real. It is sad. It is. See, let's talk about are Black women protected, right? I've had these conversations with women on Clubhouse, like a lot of women on Clubhouse, and Black women don't feel protected. And this is what I've gathered from the conversations. Okay. I always like to go by biological, okay, and not just he say, she say, or whatever. I like to go biological. All right. So there are, I would say, just in the animal kingdom, right? There are two types of sounds that an animal usually knows how to make. A sound that says, "Get the hell away from me," or "I'm gonna attack you." You know, whether it's a hiss or a roar or a snarl, right? And then there's a sound that virtually every animal makes when it's in danger or when it's hurt or when it's lost, right? And that sound is like, like a squealing noise. I'm sure you've heard or been outside. I mean, or been inside. You heard two dogs fighting, and at first, next turn, because one dog gets bit, right? So those are the two sounds. It's the and there's a right, and this is how this has a lot to do with you, okay? Because I don't want y'all to be like, what is he talking about? Women aren't animals. Men aren't. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about the biological sides of this. And we're talking about how and why Black women are not being protected. I've seen videos where it'll be a woman being assaulted in a video, not in my face, because if I see it in my face, I'm jumping in. But a video where a woman is like all masculine and she's going off on a dude and she's fighting the dude back and she's like da 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 da, right, and just arguing with the dude or whatever. Well, that's a form of masculine energy. So from the biological standpoint, from a distance, we see the right. We see the warning sounds. If you don't get off me, the woman just going off on a dude trying to fight him, right? And biologically, what we hear subconsciously is we looking biologically. Subconsciously, we hear, which means she got it. She's handling her business, right? She's hissing, right? You ever seen two cats and they just, are you gonna go help the two cats? Because like, that means that it's about to go down, right? You ain't gonna go put your hand in the middle of them two cats, try to break them up, because you're gonna get scratched up, right? So that is the adversarial sound. So when we as men hear women like fighting back all the time and having her certain tone of you better this masculine tone, we hear adversarial, right? But what we never hear as men, right? This is about protecting Black women. We barely ever hear the the and in a human standpoint, it's almost like the white woman in the horror movies. She's like and she's running, help me. Let me ask you this. If you have heard a Black woman say help me and scream this year, put a 1 in the chat. If you have never heard, well, if you have not this year, in the whole 2020, have you heard a Black woman in real life saying, help me, please, somebody help me, or some type of squealing or some type of screaming that comes from a woman? If you've heard that at least one time, put a 1 in the chat. But if you have not heard that in the whole year of 2020, put a 2 in the chat. Because here's the bottom line. This isn't necessarily trying to make an excuse on why y'all aren't protected. I'm just letting you guys know that the more masculine energy you continue to have just being out in this world, and every time you operate, it's a or this adversarial or this adversarial tone in your voice. It's telling us subconsciously as men that you got this and you don't need no help. And that's the thing. If you want to be loved, if you want to be protected, you have to back down from the masculine energy, because all we hear is the cats like, you know what I'm saying, like just ready to fight everybody, you know. And I'm not trying to put my hand in there because I'm gonna get scratched up. But if I seen a little cat on the side of the road, or a cat that's in trouble, and it's just like, meow, meow, you know what I'm saying? And I'm being real. I'm not being funny. I'm being real. As men, we pick up on tones. As men, we pick up on tones. Okay? You've ever seen a cat somewhere at your door or at a garbage can when you throwing something away or whatever, and you see two types of cats. You see a cat like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, I was gonna feed that cat, but that cat is being a little butthole, so I ain't gonna mess with that cat because it might scratch me. But then you see another cat over here, and it's just like, meow, meow. That's something that you can't necessarily deny. And this isn't about cats. This is about just all creatures. Whether it's women, cats, dogs, men, what? It's all the same. It's a tonality. It affects our psyche. So if you want us to protect you, if you want us to help you, it will behoove you to change your tone a little bit and let us know that you need help. I said on a clubhouse room, do y'all remember, because this is what I said, do y'all remember back in the day, I would say 15 years ago, where the guys used to have rims on their cars, the guys used to have the radios, and we had to pull out radios, or the face off radios. We had the music in the trunk. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have seen that. The guy with the big speakers in the trunk, the guys with the radio with all the lights, the guys with the rims. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. I was one of those guys, right? I had the music, I had the rims, I had the paint job, I had the radio, had the equalizers, I had all that stuff, right? And the number one thing I needed was one of those awesome alarm systems, right? Somebody gets close to my alarm, my alarm system was like, stand back, stand back. Something, it'll say, you're too close to the car. Like, my car was like, where you didn't even have to touch it. If you got close to my car, it'll say, stand back, you're too close to the vehicle, right? And what happened was, I'm getting to a point, y'all. What happened was, a lot of people, dope boys or whatever, we all started buying the same alarm systems. They were called Vipers, right? It was like 2 other names, but I had a Viper alarm system, and it had different type of alarm, like, right? And it was dope. But at some point, the stand back, we just got so used to hearing it, where every time I hear it, even in my own life, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, somebody trying to break into my car. No, I say that's not my business. So we've gotten so desensitized by the masculinity of a lot of Black women, with their adversarial tones, or the stand back. Because you hear an alarm saying, stand back. You're not going to say, hey, get away from that car. You might be like, oh, okay, apparently that car is going to electrocute the guy or something. The car is like warning the person. Apparently the guy don't want no smoke with the car. Right? So the thing about it is, we don't hear you when you need help, because you're not asking for help. You're warning people instead of asking for help. There's certain tonalities that just don't match with us as men. I'm walking down the street and I hear a masculine sounding woman arguing with a man. I'm not going to go help because it sounds like she got it. Just like I said with a car. Sounds like the car is probably going to electrocute the dude. So the car is not going to get broken into. So there's no reason for me to go over there and say nothing. No, do nothing. Call the police because the car got it. The woman got it. Right? But if I hear a woman saying, please help me, oh my God, please help, I'm running over there to see what's going on. But how many black women still have that same tonality? Not a lot of you. And it comes from simply not being loved. See, when you were little and you cried, nobody picked you up and held you and hold you, and loved you and told you it was going to be okay. Instead, a lot of your mothers did the opposite. Sit down, shut up, stop crying, stop being a baby. Be a man or whatever, right? So when you actually gave out your I'm in trouble tonalities when you were little, you got shut down. You got told to shut up. You got told to sit down. You got told to get over it, right? Some of y'all are telling your own kids to shut up and get over it and stand in a child's place and all this stuff. I hope y'all see where I'm coming from. These are tonalities. When a child cries, that means the child is in trouble. But sometimes when you don't necessarily love that child because you didn't birth that child to love it, you birthed that child for it to love you because nobody loved you and you just wanted to birth somebody, you wanted to create somebody to love you, and you've never been taught how to love somebody else. You're not going to run to that child's side when that child cries because nobody ran to your side when you cried. The people that raised you and not loved you, all they did was tell you to sit down and shut up and figure it out. And it's not that big of a deal, and be a big girl or be a man or whatever. This is the problem. Those tonalities have left your body. They have left your soul because you feel like, what's the use of crying? What's the use of whimpering? What's the use of being feminine? It's not getting you anywhere. It didn't get me anywhere with my mom. So what's the use of it? So now that you're grown, you don't even know how to cry anymore. You don't really know how to ask for help anymore. Put a 1 in the chat if you needed help and you refuse to ask somebody for help. Put a 1 in the chat if you have needed some help in the past, but you've not been able to articulate, help me. Something so simple, help me. You just can't articulate it. You can't bring yourself to saying it. You can't bring yourself to asking for help. Put in a 1 in the chat if that's you. And make sure to hit the like button, y'all. Make sure to hit the like button. The likes are low. Make sure to hit the like button. Let's take a second to hit the like button. Give y'all a second to bring the lights up. Y'all bring the lights up. I'm just going to give y'all a second. Let's get the lights up, y'all. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I have articulated it, but never received it. I'm always the helper. I'm sorry to hear that, Kimmy. Because if you know how to articulate you being help, you needing help or whatever, that means somebody failed you. So I apologize for that. Many Black women are left abandoned and neglected by men, not women. Okay, Black marriage is we're not talking to. Okay, forget it. Y'all love blaming men for every damn thing. We're not even talking about men or women. We're talking about your whole damn life. But y'all want to sit around and just whine about some damn man. Do y'all get tired of blaming men for everything? Do y'all ever get tired of that? It's annoying. Like, no matter what I talk about, y'all just want to sit up. Well, what about men? We're not even talking about men or women. We talking about period. Can y'all shut up with that damn blaming? It's annoying. I'm dead serious. Sheesh. Every day. Well, what about these men? Well, men are just. Do y'all ever get tired of just blaming men? It's depressing. It's really sad. So I'll move on. So for the women who feel like they're not protected, one, I want to say I apologize for failing you as a Black man. Okay. And second, I need you guys to do something for me. And that is simply open your mouth a little bit more often and ask for help. If something's going on, tell people that you need help, because we aren't mind readers. And like I said, a lot of you have gotten so used to operating in this masculine energy where you don't even sound like you need help. Like I said, everything to a certain degree is octave. I don't know if that's the right word, octave, but y'all know what I mean. It's certain octaves that resonate with us. Just like I said, with a little kitten with a little meow versus a kitten over here growling and hissing, right? One cat is going to get the help, the other cat is going to get left alone. I want y'all to keep that in mind. So part of the I'm not going to say the issue, but a byproduct of women not being loved is masculine energy, because you're most likely in a point in your life where you feel like nobody else is going to protect me, so I got to protect myself, right? You're not going to be the little white lady in the horror movie running. No, you're going to try to fight Jason, right? You're going to try to kick Jason in the balls and do, instead of running and asking for help. But what is that going to get you? So trying to be masculine and fighting your own battles is only going to cause more problems. But like I said, if you grew up being ignored by your mom when you gave out the crying and the whimpers, I understand. And that's what this show's about. I'm letting you know that I understand. I don't have all the solutions, but I'm just simply here to let you know that I do understand. Because I want more people to just be aware of what Black women have to go through. And I'm just breaking it down. And if you guys disagree with what y'all go through, let me know, because I'm a man. I'm not a woman. I'm just going by what I see, what I hear, what I observe. So I'm not a woman. So if I'm wrong, I'm open to hear it. And Love 11 said it's a balance of masculine and feminine. That is a lie. Nothing in life is a balance. Okay? Nothing in life is a balance. Okay? There's never going to be a balance of anything, especially masculine and feminine energy. You're either mainly in your masculine or mainly in your feminine. Okay. Just like with my arms, there's a good possibility if I do this, one of my arms are longer than the other. One of your breasts are longer than the other. Okay. One of your legs are longer than the other. There's no balance. Okay. Run around trying to balance things or balance your life, you're going to be stressed out for the rest of your life. Just look at the way the earth is. Do we have 360 days in a year? No. We have 365 days in a year. Why? Because the earth isn't balanced. The earth lays on its axis. So it turns this way instead of this way because there is no balance. Ladies, stop trying to control your lives so much and allow somebody to help you. Stop trying to control your lives so much where you try to accomplish balance because you're never going to get it, because that is not what life is about. There's no balance in life. There's only harmony. Harmony is like music. This, you know how you've seen the some equalizers. The equalizers like this, and it's like this, and it's like this, and it's like that, it's like this, and it's like that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? There's no equalizer that's straight across. No, it's going to be some ups and downs or whatever. So there is no balance. A lot of women spend so much time trying to balance stuff, and you're never going to get it. Okay. And that's a part of the issue. You guys feel like just because, well, I'm not going to say just because, but since you haven't been loved properly since when you were young and as you've been growing up, where you feel like you can make somebody love you, make somebody stay, make somebody marry you, or make somebody be a good father. That comes from this need to control balance or keep things balanced. No, it's either is or it isn't. You're either feminine or you're masculine. You're not both. You're leading feminine or leading masculine. You have both, but you're not balanced in it. That's some bull crap. So I want to say this again. The only person that ever loved you was a child that you just gave birth to. What's up, Terry? I'm just trying to show you some things that you probably didn't pay attention to. And all this trying to control your narrative, trying to make somebody act right, trying to make a man step up, trying to get your baby's dad to be a man, but you didn't meet him as a man. But just because he got with you, he's supposed to act right. It's not how life works. Like I said, that's like building a house in a swamp. Just because there's some land right here doesn't mean it's sturdy. A lot of you are dating swamps, trying to build a foundation on them. And you know it's not going to work, but you have this need to control because you haven't been loved properly. So all you do is try to find other people that have not been loved properly, and you love them properly, and you think they can give you the love that you are giving them, but they're not capable of loving you the same way your mother was not capable of loving you. All you can do is love other people. But if you're loving people who are incapable of loving you back, you're going to find yourself on a hamster wheel, just dying inside, just running, dying inside. Just understand there's a lot of men and women out here who they're incapable of loving somebody properly because they were never loved themselves. Nobody loves black women to a certain degree. And I don't want to sound like a panderer, but I do. But I don't want to sound like I'm a pander, like, I love you, queen. I don't want to do that. I'm just being real. I wouldn't do this show if I didn't love black women. Why would I put out like realize how many dislikes I'm getting on this video? I'm not doing this for likes, or because I would have made a different title, right? I would have made some happy stuff. I would have made this title if I'm trying to get y'all to like me or whatever. No, this video probably going to get a what 500 dislikes or whatever. I'm not here to get y'all to like me. I'm here to uncover the psychological reason why things are going the way they're going in your lives. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to show you different ways of letting go of the traumatic things that happened in your past. So, next, going back to the purpose of me doing everything, which is to help stop or slow down the fatherless child epidemic. A lot of you, like I said earlier, you're having babies not because it was a mistake, it was some oops stuff. No, in the back of your mind, you want a baby, or you want a second baby, or some of y'all want your little boy, but you keep having little girls because you have hopes of getting that man, that little baby man, to grow up and love and take care of and protect you like nobody else has. But your children are not yours. You're just borrowing them. Your job is to prepare for them to leave you. But a lot of you are preparing them to love you. I'll say that again. A parent's job is to raise their kids and prepare them to leave them. But a lot of you are raising your kids in order for you to prepare them to love you because nobody else loved you. That's not their job. That's not their sole purpose. They love you, but at the end of the day, are you loving them? Because if you're loving them, you'll be able to let them go, especially your boys, when they get old enough and they found a girlfriend. You're not going to hate on their little girlfriend. You're just going to let them go. You ever heard when you love something, you let it go, and if it comes back, you love it back? I mean, it loves you back. You got to let your son go. You got to let your daughter go. These little people aren't on this earth in order to raise you. Your job is to raise them. They're not on this earth to just give you all the love that they have. No, they got somebody else to give that love to, and they don't owe you anything. I'll say it again. Your children don't owe you anything because they didn't ask to be here. You had them. Therefore, you have to take care of them. And you could, if you want to, love them also. But they don't owe you anything. But sadly, that's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all have inadvertently made children knowing the dude is a loser because you didn't care. You just want your baby. And now that you got a baby, you don't know how to love it. Because you were never loved. So now as you get older, your daughter or your son isn't necessarily giving you the love that you expected. Because all your child can do is give you what you give it. And if you don't give your child love, guess what? When that child turns into a teenager, they're not going to love you. A lot of you have teenage daughters, and a lot of you don't get along with your teenage daughter. Part of the reason why, because you didn't love her. So now that she is old enough to realize what's going on, she is as incapable of loving you as you are incapable of loving her. But you got an attitude with her because she won't love you, but you've never loved her the way she wanted to be loved. And this is the toxicity. This is what's going on in our communities. You got a whole bunch of young girls that are incapable of love because they've never been loved before. And now they're running around trying to kiss a guy's butt in order to, because she doesn't know how to love him. So all she does is cooks and cleans and washes his drawers and stuff and gives him all the sex he wants in hopes that that's enough for him. But that's not necessarily love. Those are chores. But you don't know how to love because you weren't even taught how to love because you weren't loved yourself. Yes, I hate to see moms yell at kids in public and downgrading them. Teenagers are wacky because brains are not necessarily developed until it's like 24. It's not late 20s, but it's like 24. But that's the thing. Black women need to stop glamorizing toxic situations, baby showers, drug dealers. I totally agree at Love 11. I totally agree. But that's why we're here. That's why we're here. So let's move on because I'm never going to put out something that doesn't have a solution. And I'm mixing a solution in what I'm saying, but overall, I'm always going to offer solutions. The byproduct of not being loved ever as a Black woman, you begin to emotionally eat. Every time you feel lonely, every time you deal with a breakup, every time you come to the realization that somebody didn't love you or didn't want you or was using you, what do you do after that? You eat a whole tub of ice cream. What do you do after that? You raid the refrigerator. You start eating all kinds of donuts and Twinkies and stuff. You start eating more because eating makes you feel good about yourself. Well, I'm sorry. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. It just feels good. So a lot of you have become overweight throughout the years and you don't really notice it and you don't think anybody else notices it. But it's not about you being overweight. It's about why you're overweight. A lot of you are overweight because you're unloved. See, food is the easiest way for women to cope with what happened to them. Is a coping mechanism. With men, we have coping mechanisms also. And sadly, it's not food. It's you. See, and let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong when I say this. Let me know if I'm wrong. Because I'm about to make a statement and let me know if I'm wrong. Here's the statement. 95% of the men that you've ever had sex with in your entire life did not want you. If you did think that is wrong, put a 1 in the chat. 95% of the men that you've ever had sex with did not want you or never wanted you. I dare you to put a 1 in the chat. I dare you to put a 1 in the chat because you know I ain't lying. 95% of the men that you ever had sex with did not want you. Whether you knew he didn't want you in the beginning or you found out he didn't want you in the end. Because like I said, food is your coping mechanism. That's why you overweight now. But our coping mechanisms are you. So we are running around sleeping with you, having sex with you, simply to cope with our issues of not being loved. See how that works? Kimmy T says 1. Okay. Okay. Miss Jackson says, being single, who do I ask help from without the other wanting something in return? Do you see that though? Do y'all see that? I'm gonna read this again. Who do you ask for help? Who do you ask for help from without someone wanting something in return? Asking for help is an embodiment. It's an energy. If you were to, your car broke down on the side of the road, right? What a lot of you would do, you'll sit in the car and try to call AAA, which is okay, which is safe, right? But if you were to go and lift up the hood, say you were at a gas station, not on the side of the road, but at a gas station, right? And I want some of y'all to do this. Just do this for kicks and giggles. Go to a gas station, like go to a major gas station. Quick Trip is our major gas station, but go to one of your major gas stations like BP or whatever that's popular, where there's a lot of people in and out of the gas station, and go over to the air thing and lift up the hood and then just stare at your engine. I'm willing to bet somebody's going to pull up on you and ask if you need some help. And that particular person isn't really going to need something back. That particular person may want to holler at you, but at the end of the day, somebody's going to pull up on you and just ask, hey, you need some help? That's how easy it is for a woman to get help. And I'm not saying it's perfect, and I'm not saying, you can just run around doing that. But at the end of the day, if you pull up to the gas station at a popular gas station and raise your hood and just stand there and stare at your engine, somebody's going to come help you. In a lot of cases, it's going to be somebody who just wants to offer help. So I'm not saying money. No one's going to hand you some money. They'll help you in a way that a man will help a woman. Like help you fix something, help you push something, help you, alleviate something. But they're not going to give you money. So you got to understand, when it comes to help, I'm not talking about money. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure to hit the like button. Exactly, Jane. Because like I said, you have to pay attention to your environment. Like I said, we pick up on cues. In a lot of cases, ladies, we don't know that you need help. We don't know that you need anything because you don't have the right mannerisms. You don't know how to ask for help without asking for help. But even animals know how to ask for help. Cats know how to ask for help. Dogs know how to ask for help. You ever been in a pet store and a little puppy will look at you with these little puppy eyes and just give you this look and give you this little sad look on their face, and they're just sitting there like, that's asking for help. So how is it that animals know how to ask for help, but you don't know how to ask for help? Is the animal actually saying, I need help? No. A cat or a dog easily knows how to ask for help, but a black woman does not. And this is not an indictment on you. That's why you guys are here. So you can make some changes so you can change your mannerism. I mean, your narrative. I mean, not your mannerism, but change your mannerism in order to change your narrative. See, a lot of communication is unspoken. It's nonverbal. With your spirituality, there you go. But as far as because somebody's asking about being overweight, um, I'm I'm not a scientist, but I'm willing to assume the reason why is more obese black women versus obese black men is because we use women to cope with our issues and women use food to cope with their issues. But women do use men to cope with their issues also, but women don't have as much. This might sound crazy, but women don't have as much access to men as men have to women. And the reason why I say that is because it's always going to be a social side of it where a woman doesn't want to be a hoe, so she's not going to put herself in a position where she does have access to all these different men because they don't want to look like a hoe. Therefore, men have better or more access to women than women do to men because a woman is going to kind of like change something where she's going to cut the faucet of men off at some point because she doesn't want an outpouring of men, because she don't want to look like a hoe. Jane says she has a big dog, guard dog. This is what I'm saying. Jane, I'm willing to assume that you don't know how to be loved. Jane, you may not know how to be loved. You may, I'm not going to say be incapable of loving, but I'm willing to assume that you don't know how love looks because you don't went out and got a big dog. See, love is about safety, right? Your mom kept you safe, or she should have kept you safe when you were crying by picking you up and taking you to her bosom, but she didn't do that. So now that you're grown, you don't necessarily know how to ask for help. You don't know how to accept love. So you try to cheat and you go get a dog, a big dog. But women with big dogs, they big single. No man wants to be with a woman with a big ass dog. Because guess what? Her dog is her protector. So you don't need no man. You don't need a man to be your protector because you don't want to got a damn dog. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Titan guard dog. Is that I said a big dog. I didn't say a furry dog. I said a big. What do y'all not hear? Is it going in and out or something? What are you talking about? Ain't nobody saying about a furry dog. I said a big dog. Okay. Okay. I just want to say this, y'all. I'm talking about dogs. This freaking woman goes in the comments and says, men like dogs too. Do y'all see this? No matter what I say, a black woman is going to turn around and blame men. A black man. We're talking about dogs. Women with dogs. This freaking woman comes out of nowhere saying men love dogs too. What do men have to do with this? What are you talking about? I want y'all to see this disease. It's a disease. No matter what comes out of my mouth, you're going to find a way to blame a man. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just simply saying that any woman that gets a big dog is going to stay single probably for the rest of her life till she gets rid of the dog, because she got a dog to be her protector instead of a man. So there's no reason to have a man. And this freaking woman turns around and say, well, men like dogs too. What in the world does that have to do with anything? It's sad, man. It's sad. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. Men do it too. What about men? It's sad. Carl, you see it, bro. It's really sad. It's sad. Damn, it's sad. Nadine says, why do men want us to be submissive? Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about, y'all. You were not loved as a child, I'm assuming. And because of this, you have no idea what the hell you're doing. And if you don't know what love looks like, you're not going to be able to tell if a man that you're with loves you or not. You're not going to be able to distinguish the difference between love and lust. You think just because a man is sleeping with you every night, having sex with you, you thinking he loves you because you've never been loved before. Therefore, you don't know what it looks like. So you thinking just because a guy's on top of you, he loves you. Why do men want us to be submissive? What are you talking about? See, a lot of you are still little children. Y'all are still 12-year-old little girls. Just out here lost. But you want a man, but you don't even know what to do with a man because you don't even know what to do with yourself. You don't even know what somebody is supposed to do with you. This is sad. If you as a grown woman have no idea why men want women to be submissive, you need therapy. You were unloved when you were little. Most likely. You need therapy. And this is proving my point. There's no understanding of roles. There's no understanding of fatherhood. There's no understanding of marriage. There's no understanding of love. There's no understanding of protection. You don't want to got a dog. How's a man ever expected to come into a world like that? And you have no idea of what is going on. I want y'all to think about that. What man is going to want to come into a dysfunction? But after having this conversation with y'all, as you see, I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not here to make y'all feel bad. I'm here to help you do some soul searching. If you have a father, go sit down with your father and find out what you're supposed to be doing out here. If you don't have a father, go sit down with a male that cares about you, loves you possibly. Am I going to? Am I reaching? A man that actually loves a black woman, is that reaching? That might be reaching, because a lot of black women aren't loved by men, sadly. Because we were raised by the same people you were raised by. Sad, dysfunctional, single mothers that weren't loved by their mothers. So we have somewhat the same problems also, but we're not the ones running around wanting to be married. Imagine a scenario like I'm stating, a woman that literally has never been loved before by anybody properly. And this woman is grown and she wants to be married, and she don't spit out these two kids, and she doesn't even know how to love her own kids, because she had those kids specifically so they can love her, because she needs to know what love looks like, because she never seen it before. So she's looking for like a 5-year-old to actually love her properly. Do you know how dysfunctional that is? You got a 12-year-old that you're expecting to love you properly. They're 12. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And you expect a man to come into your life and unravel this dysfunctional ball of yarn that you have. No. Forgive your mother. Forgive the man that hurt you. Seek therapy. Hey, Kim. What up, Mike? Go sit down with a therapist. A lot of your insurance would make therapy free. Go seek out therapy. It's a good possibility that your insurance will pay for it. Because I was just on a Clubhouse, Mike. I don't know if you was in that room, but it was a young woman. She said she was with a guy for 6 years, and she said on and off, right? And she was just like, I just don't understand. We just can't get it right. But I'm just trying to keep the family together because we have a daughter. And I'm like, no, you're ruining your daughter's life. Do you realize that your daughter is seeing how dumb you and your baby daddy are? Your child is watching you be a dumbass along with your dumbass baby daddy, and they're looking, and your child is like, okay, my mom and my dad are both idiots. What are they doing? See, your child picks up on everything. Your child is trying to learn what love looks like. And when you're with your baby daddy and you don't love him and he don't love you and is fighting and fussing and he's cheating and all this other stuff, and your child is watching this, do you think your child is going to have a healthy way of understanding what love looks like when they grow up? No. Because some of y'all are 12-year-olds without even realizing it. You're 12 years old emotionally, with a whole 12-year-old walking behind you, watching you do dumb shit over and over again. Because you're a child. And you wonder why black people are so messed up. Because you keep spitting out children for the intent of getting them to love you, but they're children. They don't know how to love you because you don't know how to love them. Your job is to teach them. Your mother's job was to teach you. But guess what? Nobody knows what love looks like. That's the reason why it's so many children being made without fathers. Because you didn't care about furnishing your child with a father. All you cared about was to finally create somebody to actually love you. And that child spends the first 15 years of their lives tormented, trying to figure out how to love their own parent that doesn't love them. It's not these men. It's y'all. And it's sickening. But like I said, you don't know what you're doing because you're a child emotionally, your damn self. You're just out here trying to figure it out. But you're making new lives as you're trying to figure it out. And you're ruining more people. Just like your mom ruined you, just like your dad ruined you, you and your baby daddy are ruining him or her that you just had. But you don't care. That young lady I'm talking about who's with this guy, she literally said, well, I'm not worrying about her. I'm just trying to figure out. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean you're not worried about her? Well, she's a child. You don't think she has an understanding of what's going on? She didn't care about that. All she cared about is keeping her baby daddy. She don't really give a damn about her child because I'm just being real. I know that's harsh, but she don't really give a damn about her child like that. Sometimes your children are just in the way, but you had them. But the bottom line is you had them in order to create somebody to love you. But you didn't think about the fact that I got to raise this little person for 20 years, though. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to love them. You don't want to care for them. You don't want to make them feel safe because then ain't nobody made you feel safe. That's why y'all got these attitudes toward your children when they actually start crying. Sit down, be quiet. Because that's what your mama did to you. But is it right? Black people are screwed up because of this. Not because of the white man. Because your need, or because of your need to create somebody that will finally love you. Because nobody else has. And that is the reason why I made this video. Because the truth is, nobody seems to love Black women. But until you can understand this and pull the rug up and see all the crap that's under the rug by getting therapy, nothing's going to change. Because I can't make nobody love you. I can't make you love your child. And feeding and taking your kid to school isn't love. That's utility. Those are utilitizing things. Love is when your child starts crying and whimpering and you go grab them and you hug them and you tell them it's going to be okay. Love is when you actually listen to your daughter babbling about stupid stuff and ask you all these stupid questions and you're right there with her laughing and trying to come up with an answer to her little stupid questions. Love is when you see your little boy riding his bike and you don't care about riding or no bike riding because you want to look at TV or you want to be on your phone and you actually put your phone down and you sit out on a porch and watch your son ride his bike. And he's like, look, mommy, look what I can do. And you're like, yay. And you're his cheerleader. That is what love is. It's not this utilitizing stuff. That's just simply keeping the child alive. But again, if you've never been loved, you don't know how to love. I'm about to lose my freaking voice being on damn Clubhouse for so long. Oh my God. I think we think too much about a lot. Why do we need to psychoanalyze everything? It's so sad. Kimmy, it's so sad. You just don't get it, do you? Why can't we just exist and feel what we authentically feel? Because you don't know how to feel, because you were not taught to feel, Kimmy. All you know how to do is respond and react, but you don't know how to feel. You don't know how to articulate how you feel because you don't know how you feel in the first place. See, feelings are like, they're bigger than anger, happiness. No, there's there's different angles to fear. There's different angles to happiness. You know, you can be indifferent. You could be resentful. You know, I can go down a whole rabbit hole of feelings that you probably never really thought of, that you'll turn around and say, damn, I am resentful. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Some of you don't even know how to feel. You don't even know what feelings are. Do you realize there's over 30 some emotions? You're not happy. You're not mad. You may be one of the other 20 some emotions, but you don't realize that. So you're not just afraid. You may be insecure. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying when I say you don't know how to feel. You're just here. And if you just want to just exist, don't have no children. I'll say it again. If you just want to exist, don't have no damn children. Don't have no children if you just want to exist. Because you're doing a disservice to that child. Because sustaining a relationship with a man is difficult. So if you just want to exist, that means you're going to have a baby daddy. Because ain't no man going to stay with you. Because you don't want to work to sustain a relationship. You don't want to work to letting go of all these different things. You don't want to go to therapy. You don't want to better yourself. You just want to exist. So you're just going to have a baby daddy. Any man you get with is going to leave you possibly. Because you just want to exist. You don't want to put no work in. Some of y'all lazy. Some of y'all are lazy. Some I just want to damn exist. I bet you got 3 kids. It's sad. It's freaking sad. You're speaking a cold hard truth. Some kids are just in the mother's and father's way and don't realize that their loveless parenting negativity affects the child. Thank you, Wendy. And that's what I'm saying. Some of y'all just want to exist. Y'all don't give a damn about y'all children. Y'all don't give a damn about y'all children. It's sad. But that's all I got. This was a heavy conversation. And I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like, or hit the dislike button. Hit the like button right now. Come out of the screen. Hit the down button or the X button. Come out of the screen, right? And then once you come out of the chat, you'll see the screen where it's under the video where it says like, dislike. Please either hit the like button or the dislike button. I don't care. Just hit some buttons real quick. Y'all hit some buttons real quick. Come on, let's hit some buttons real quick. The likes are like very low. Hit the button real quick. Let's hit some buttons. And I just want y'all to know that nobody is going to tell you this. I'll say it again. Nobody's going to tell you this. So if you didn't like what I said, it's okay. But just know that you have been informed. You have been informed. You can't run around acting like you don't know what's going on. You can't run around acting dumb no more. You were not loved as a child. And if you were not loved as a child, you don't know how to love as an adult. And if you have children, there's a possibility that you are not loving your children because you don't know how to love because nobody loved you. But you can change the narrative by simply sitting down with a therapist. Letting go of the regret that you have from your mom not loving you, from your dad not loving you, from your uncle not loving you. Forgive some people. Because that regret is just balled up in your heart. And your child can see it. Your child can see the regret in your soul. This may even make your child afraid of you, and you don't even realize it. Your child isn't just here to help you to hear. I mean, your child isn't here just to find your remote control for you while you look at TV. Love your child, even though nobody loved you when you was a child. Because your child didn't ask to be here. And your child don't owe you nothing. You owe your child love. And y'all do this for me. I'm gonna, for the pre-recorded, I'm going to over here or over here, whatever. I'm gonna drop 2 videos about toxic mothers. I want you to watch those videos, and I hope they resonate with you. Men think all women are from single parent households and damaged emotionally. No one asked me anything. Was somebody supposed to ask you something, Kimmy? I'm confused. You're in the comments. Who is supposed to ask you something? Killer Frost says, I like your delivery, truthful with a softer touch than Kevin Samuels. Keep doing the work. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So, Kimmy, I don't really understand what you're saying. Who's supposed to ask you something? I don't get it. What are you talking about? Men think that cause 70% of children are in single parent households. 80% of Black households are ran by mothers. Women. So I'm not finna go back and forth with you about all this crap, Kimmy, but eat the meat and spit out the bones, and that's all I can tell you. But that's all I got. And y'all have a good night. And just for the record, before I go, if you guys want to do a one-on-one with me, if any of what I said helped you, go under this video in the comments, and I'm going to leave a link where you can do a one-on-one with me if you want to. And I am not a therapist, but I'm a prerequisite to therapy. So if you're afraid to go to a therapist, or you don't know what exactly is wrong, so you're like, why am I going to go to a therapist? We can sit down and talk. I can uncover some things for you, but I am not a therapist. I can just show you what I see inside of you. And then you take what I showed you and then you bring it to a therapist, because I am not a therapist. I'm just here to share my perspective of what I see. So the link will be up under my video if you guys need me. So y'all have a good night.